On the second Saturday in April, when my friends and I were having a picnic up at Fukuyama Castle. Mi-chan, can I have another one of your mom's onigiri? They are so good. Have all you want. I'm stuffed. It's really clear today. I don't think I've ever been up here when you could see this much. It was clear, all right. Clear enough to see everything going on in the streets below. Every car, every newsstand, every... Wait a minute. I had no doubt who it was. Even at a distance, I recognized the coat, the hair, the way he stood. From where I was standing, I could see it right over his shoulder. I never have a chance like this again. Tomomi, let me have a look through that thing. Tomomi, let me have a look through that thing. Hang on, I'm trying to find my grandma's house. Tomomi, I need it now. Okay, geez, thanks. He was standing in a public park with a notebook in his hands. Every so often he looked up at something or someone on the other side of the park. So what are you looking at? I tried my best to follow his line of vision. He was watching a couple on a bench hundreds of feet away. Miki, what are you? I'm bird watching, okay? Bird watching. My uncle's a big bird watcher. He once saw a spoon-billed sandpiper and a crested honey buzzard on the very same day. Talk about irony. As the minutes passed, it turned out I really was bird watching, or watching one bird at any rate. A dark gray pigeon kept flying back and forth between Hiro and the couple. It spent most of its time near the couple, but periodically flew to Hiro for brief visits. Soon it was clear that the pigeon belonged to Hiro. He was its master, able to have it come and go as he pleased. Me, I can't stand birds. They freak me out, especially the eyes. I was so intent on following the movements of the pigeon, I almost missed it. When the couple who had been having a big argument abruptly split up. The woman marched off in a huff, and the man left soon afterward. Then Hiro closed his notebook, tucked it into his coat, and walked away. The pigeon flapped up to a telephone wire, becoming indistinguishable from any other bird, and within seconds there was nothing left to see. There you go, Tomomi. It's all yours. You okay? Miki, you look weird. I'm all right. It was the bird you were looking at. Freaked you out, didn't it? It's the eyes, I'm telling you. I spent the rest of the day in a fog of unanswered questions. What was Hiro Sakurai doing down there? Why was he taking notes on that couple? And what on earth did the pigeon have to do with it? There was no turning back. I couldn't walk. I couldn't walk away from all this stuff as if it were no big deal. So I made a decision. It was time to get to know Hiro Sakurai. Get to really know him once and for all. This time I kept Yumi out of it. There would be no gifts, no tricks, no illusions about winning him over with a single grand gesture. It was all about persistence. From that moment on, every time I saw Hiro, I went over and, invaded his space a little. Hi, Hiro. What is this you are wearing today? It's so interesting. It's the school uniform. Yeah, but you've done something with it, haven't you? Look, I thought I made it pretty clear to you that I know, no friends, but that doesn't mean I can't talk to you, does it? Well, no, but great, see you around. The idea was to wear him down. Hi, Hiro. Bit by bit, oh, Hiro, day after day. Hey, Hiro. Until he had no choice but to deal with me on some level. Hi, Hiro. Look, Miki, you don't seem to understand. These little conversations you keep trying to strike up are making me very uncomfortable. You called me Miki. No, I didn't. Yes, you did. That's a first. Why won't you just leave me alone? You won't admit it, not even to yourself. But it's true. You've got your rules. You've got your rules. You've got your rules about not making friends, Hiro. But your rules aren't my rules, and I won't play by them. I gone too far, said too much. I thought for sure he'd shout at me, or walk away and never look back. But Hiro Sakurai, as always, surprised me. They are not my rules either, and I wish to God I didn't have to play by them. You are right, you know. I don't want you to leave me alone. I like to have friends. I like to live like a normal human being. But it's too late for all that now. I've made my choice. I am what I have become. Now and for the rest of my life, I like talking to you, Miki. I really do. But I need you to understand that there are certain things about me that I just can't talk about. Sure, Hiro, I can understand that. And that's all it took. From that moment on, there was an understanding between Hiro and me, and I would become the closest thing to a friend he allowed himself to have, so long as I respected his privacy. Not exactly what I'd been hoping for, but it was a start. As the days went by and April rolled into May, Hiro began to loosen up around me. One day, after school, the unthinkable happened. Hiro initiated a conversation with me. Miki. Yes? I was wondering if it was weird. His face was gripped with fear, as if he were in the midst of committing a crime. If you wouldn't mind, yes, going somewhere with me? His eyes were trying to tell me something he couldn't allow himself to say. Sure, Hiro, I'll go somewhere with you. I'll go somewhere with you. Hiro took me through some fields behind the school to a stone stairway, hundreds of steps from top to bottom. It led to a scheduled shrine high in the hills above Fukuyama. I've been there before and said so to Hiro. That's not where we are going, he replied. Sure enough, Hiro led me straight past the shrine to a steep footpath behind it, one that led farther up into the hills. The trail quickly became as rough as the woods surrounding it. There were no steps other than some tangled tree roots and the occasional mossy boulder or two. Soon I began to think Hiro had no idea where we were going, and that the whole thing would turn out to be a huge waste of time. Of course, I was wrong.